Right, week 5. Isabelle's actually 5 months old today, which is crazy, but I don't know how she's 5 months old. That's gone so quick. Won't be long when we'll be feeding her actual food. But, I'm actually here to talk about what she's eating at the moment. So, Christ, I did a good segue. That was accidental. So this week I'm going to talk about ways to support your partner breastfeeding. It's currently on the website, so I thought I'd do a video to go along with it. Rather than just have me talk about what I did this week, I thought I'd actually do something that's a bit more applicable to other people and do it about ways you can help someone while they're breastfeeding, as you gathered from the title. So breastfeeding in general. I think people they don't realise how hard it's going to be. Like, it's one of the most natural things in the world you can do. Your body is designed to do it. We've been doing it for God knows how long. Bottles ain't exactly something that's been around for that long. But because it's meant to be so natural, when it takes a while to get going, people don't expect it. They think they'll take it straight away. It's easy. But this country is not that great for it. Loads of people give up really early. And it's I don't know why they turn to the bottle. I think a lot of it to do is the fact that they want their partner to help out. And, don't get me wrong, I struggled to bond with Isabelle to start off with. You can watch the postnatal depression crap. I don't put it over there. Bang, put a little video there maybe. Otherwise I'm pointing at nothing. But, there's a chance that if I could have fed her, I might have had a better relationship with her because I would have been bonding as well. Because Rachel was doing all the feeding, which in the early days takes a long time. It takes a lot of effort and everything to get a latch established and all of that crap. But I think I probably still would have had it anyway. And I think maybe having to feed her and get up in the middle of the night would have just stressed me out more anyway. So, don't give us the argument that you want your partner to bond with a baby. And I think I find loads of ways to bond with a baby. A lot of people do it so they ain't the only one feeding. Which, fair enough, it's hard work. Rachel gets stressed out with it sometimes and I've just led there. I can't really do a lot. You know what I mean? I just gotta sit there and pretend I can. Right, rather than rambling for ages, let's just get straight into it. So number 1, when she asks for something, you do it. Once you've sat down for a feed, that's it. You can't just go, hang on a sec, I forgot my drink. Take a baby off, go get one. No, you're now the house butler. If she wants something, you just gotta go do it. When she's feeding, she could be down for 45 minutes doing it. Go, you've got time now. You've got nothing to do with the baby now. You could have 40 minutes, less, whatever, longer. Go clean up a little bit, go cook, go do something. Because it's going to stress them out that they've got all this crap to do and then turn around and then they've got more to do. So if she asks you to do something or if there's something to do around the house, you've just got to do it. Number 2, try not to take things personally. Alright? She's going to have a go too. Alright? Rachel did quite a bit when she's been trying to feed for 4 hours after having a bath, and then bang, she's on off, doing that cluster feeding crap. It's stressful. Even though oxytocin's released whilst you're breastfeeding, it's also stressful. If you haven't got a proper latch and she's crying on and off, she's going to have a pop-a-do. Because half the time I'm sat in bed, just laid there, wherever. I'm just doing nothing, innit? Because what do you want me to do? It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm going to drift off. So she'll have a pop at me. If I turn over the one way, she'll have a crack at me just going, sorry for you can go sleep. I say, alright. The number of times I sat on my phone, like, when we first had her, I downloaded Pokemon Go again. And I had it on my other phone. I had 2 phones on the go. One purely for Pokemon Go, because you could do the joystick thing. I'm just sat there in California, New York, catching Pokemon. I don't care. I got bored of that. Everyone got bored of Pokemon Go. I'm sat there playing it just so it looks like I'm doing something. As long as I ain't going to sleep, it's fine. If I'm sat on my phone, that's fine. I just can't go to sleep. But don't take it personally. She's just going to be stressed and Eventually you'll get to a point where she's just more used to it, she's more into it, and you can go to sleep then. That's just the way it goes. Also, a little bit of advice, I may have mentioned it before or on a blog or somewhere. Anything said between midnight and 5 a.m. doesn't count. You're going to be stressed, you're going to have a pop at each other, things are going to be said. Don't take it personally, let them go. It's done. She can call her wherever you want. You can have a go back. I've had a pop back with Rachel. I was a bit of a dick every now and then. Because, Isabelle would start crying and everything. She'd just go, oh, you have it for 5. And I'm like, oh, no, you can't handle it. I was like, yeah, it's right for me. I've just been led there for 2 hours. Rachel's been on and off feeding for ages. But it still stressed me out every now and then. That's just the way it is, I'm afraid. Number 3. Have I got to do that every time? You know what number it is. That's just, visual cue. Do you want a visual cue? Can you even see that that's 3? Yeah, that's 3. Right, number 3. Appreciate how she feels. Alright, a lot of people, rightly so and fair enough, don't like whipping their tits out. They never used to do it. Now all of a sudden it's meant to be normal and natural for them to just go, there it is. So when you go out and about, they might not want to feed. They might not like it. You can't push them into doing stuff. You can't just go, oh, sorry, just get your tit out, it's normal. Obviously there's things you can do, you can get covers. And Rachel still didn't like using the cover to start off with. It did make feeding a lot harder. Also harder when family come around and she had to feed. But I'll talk more about that sort of stuff in the next one. For this sort of thing, I really recommend them going to support group. Rachel didn't for ages. She's only recently started going to breastfeeding groups. And she's picked up a lot better from it now. It's like she doesn't even need the cover a lot of times. She just wears clothes where she can put one up, one down, bang, they're on. You don't even realise some of them are breastfeeding. They're that good at it. And Rachel has picked up a lot from that. And having that peer support with you is always going to help you keep it going. I think they should go first. As soon as they have a baby, the next time there's a breastfeeding group, go. You're going to be surrounded by mothers who are doing it. You know it can be done. They can help you out with everything. So you just got to appreciate how she's feeling with it, alright? You might not be able to do the things you used to be able to do. She might not. We still don't really go to restaurants and stuff because Rachel don't want to sit there breastfeeding. I'm not bothered. I like cooking anyway, so it suits us fine. But you're now going to be a little bit more limited in what you can do. But at the same time, you haven't got to make a bottle up. You haven't got to worry if there's something you can sterilise stuff and take all the bottle powder stuff. I don't get how bottle feeding people do it. Big credit to them because you've got to be organised to hell. You see people turn up and they've got the flask with hot water, the flask with something else, the powder stuff, the colic drops, and then other people could just whip a boob out. So when you get it going, it can be wicked. And it's so much easier. You haven't got, like that trip we did around the UK. If you want to read it, go on a website. I doubt you will. Don't blame you. We wouldn't have done that if she was bottle feeding. So there are benefits to both. But yeah, like I said, it's up to her. It's her body. She's the one doing it. She's the one getting half naked or whipping tits out in public. Appreciate how she feels. Right, last one. I know I usually do 5, but 4 is fine. Be supportive, which is kind of what all this is anyway, but just in general. It ain't just the partner, it goes to family too. Little things like saying things like she can't eat feeding again, or all she does is feed. They might be said in jokey ways and sarcastic and everything, but in the early days they don't help. It puts a lot more stress on the mother. So they don't really know what you're doing. If it's your first baby, you've never done it before, it's all brand new to you. You don't know if they're getting the feed or not. If they're on there for 40 minutes and someone's commenting saying, oh Christ, all she does is feed, or she can't eat it again, you're questioning now whether your milk's fine. And you're more likely just to go, oh screw this, I'm just going to start using a bottle. So I think a lot of people don't like breastfeeding because they can't do anything. So like family want to be able to feed the baby, have the baby for the day and all this sort of stuff, babysit. No one have been able to do that with us because Rachel's still breastfeeding. Suits me and Rachel, to be honest with you. We're happy to have her all day. But people want to be able to feed them. Not that they would be anyway. Because if Isabelle was bottle fed, we'd still be doing the feeding. Which is another point to those bottle feeding. Just have you and your partner do it. It's about you two need the bond more than anyone else. I know people bang on about, oh, they're going to have to go and be babysat by someone at some point. They're going to be in nursery. That's ages away. At this point, even now, Isabelle's only 5 months old. Do you know what I mean? She still needs us a lot. Like, we're big into the attachment parenting crap at the moment. I have written something about that, but it's not on the website yet. But, you know, something to stay tuned for. Like, we haven't used the pram for ages. We've got her on us quite a lot. We're with her all the time. And I enjoy it like that, to be honest with you. It's helped me with my bond with Isabelle. But yeah, it means that we don't give her to anyone. No one have had it for the day, really. People have had it for a little bit, because, you know, we're just stuck and that's how it is. But, bear with me a second. But yeah, all the comments and people hanging around waiting for the feed to finish, and it does cause a little bit of stress. And the more stress you got, it's going to inhibit your flow, less likely to then feed the baby. You're struggling now, and it gets into a little cycle then where you just can't do it that well. So yeah, my advice, just support them through it. You know, appreciate what they're choosing to do. It's a great decision to crack on and keep going with the breastfeeding. But yeah, I think some people they want to be able to do stuff, but it ain't helping the mother out. And ultimately, yes, at the early days, that's kind of what it's all about. I think that's about it. I'm just trying to... I know I'm a guy talking about breastfeeding, so no one really cares. But, you know, I'm still a part of it. Rachel's been able to keep the breastfeeding up because I've been there to help her out. Don't get me wrong, I think she might have done it anyway. At no point did we question it. I don't think at any point we thought, oh, we'll just go to the bottle. We just cracked on. And it's not hard. It's not easy, I mean. It's incredibly difficult. Like, I see why people give up after a few days. Because on the third day when your milk changes, Isabelle was feeding on and off for ages. We had to take the express thing up to bed. It was part of the routine in the night, you know what I mean? Express a bit out because the flow was too quick because Isabelle would scream. And you just look at it and think, Jesus, we could just give her a bottle and she's done for the night. Going to sleep through the night and we're going to wake up. And yeah, Rachel wakes up twice a night or so to feed her. Does she get out of bed though? No. I'll admit she probably falls asleep whilst feeding. And a lot of people are worried about that sort of thing because I think the SIDS and everything is blown out massively. And falling asleep whilst feeding is a terrible thing to do, apparently. But your body produces oxytocin whilst you're feeding. Oxytocin relaxes you, sends you to sleep. I dare say it's there for a reason. I'm big into the evolutionary aspects of things. I think we forget that we're still just like the caveman versions of ourselves. We got all this fancy technology and this crap I'm looking at. Didn't have that 10,000 years ago. But this is pretty similar. Apart from, like, you know, the shit in my ear and the t-shirt and everything. We're not much different. So I dare say it was there for a reason. It was there for the mother to feed the baby, get some sleep whilst the baby's feeding. My guess. I'm obviously not going to recommend people fall asleep whilst feeding a baby because someone will have me for that, saying, oh, you shouldn't do that. You can do it safely. You can lie there in a certain way that you're not going to fall onto the baby. You're still alert enough. There's things showing that your brain waves and things sync up. You're on the same sort of rhythm, breathing wise and everything. You're in sync with each other. But what was my point? Did I just go off on a tangent? Probably. I think my overall point is, if you're the dad in this situation, and I'm assuming you might be watching this if they're struggling with feeding or you're thinking about what you're going to do when you have a baby. Obviously, if you've already picked bottle or you're already well down the line of breastfeeding, you probably don't need to watch this. You can watch it for a laugh if you're really into it. Up to you, I'm not going to judge. I just do these for the fun of it. But yeah, you got to realise that your partner chose to breastfeed, you've got to help. Simple as that. It's not that difficult. It's not a case of you can go out on the lash now on a Saturday night and get pissed up because, oh, she got to do the feeding anyway, I can't do it. You have got a good position that you haven't got to get up in the night and make balls. But neither have she. Do you know what I mean? I'm better off because Rachel's breastfeeding because I haven't got to get up and make a bottle. But neither of Rachel. Does she wake up in the night to feed? Yeah, she does. Probably covered that. But then I'm half awake anyway. Was that about it? Yeah. What else is it? Also on the website, there's a blog version of this, so you can read it rather than watch it. I've probably worded it better, because again, I'm better at writing than talking shit. I'm also started doing reviews. So far I've reviewed this bush. My Hummy. Looks very, very bright, doesn't it? It's meant to be the pink one, that looks white on that camera. It's basically one of them white noise things. So it helps put the baby to sleep. Just does this. If you're into that. I don't know how to work it, mind. How do you turn it off? Oh, there we go. Ah, yeah. I could do a video review of that at some point. But at the moment there's a written review, which again, I'm better writing, that you can read on the website. And you can win this. Help your baby go to sleep. With a bit of white noise. They are quite good. Me and Rachel actually argued about this when she first bought it. She said she might have bought one and I didn't know how much they was. She texted me then saying she bought it, it was 40 quid. And I was like, you serious? You just spent 40 quid on something that makes a bit of white noise. I got a Spotify account, that can do it. This sounds like a review. Read it on the thing. All I can say is it's working. And if it makes night times easier, then I'm all for it. Because it wasn't stressing me out, Isabelle getting funny in the night. Because like I said, I'm asleep or half awake, wherever. You're stressing Rachel out. So if this reduces your stress, it's well worth it. Also, I am going to be doing book reviews. Because people want to read reviews on picture books and children's books. And up first is this. The Koala Who Could. Yes, you can't wait for this. It's actually a really good book. Look at the pictures. They're wicked. Boosh! So yeah, that might be on site eventually. And as with the competition, it ends on the 5th of October. So if you're watching this after then, too late, don't worry about it. Because this is YouTube. People watch videos from God knows how long ago. Isabelle's probably going to be watching these when she's older. Thinking, my dad's a dick. Yes, he is. You know that. Anyway, as usual, like the page, subscribe, go on Facebook, Twitter, usual bollocks. I'll probably have things up on the side now trying to get you to subscribe. Entirely up to you if you do. I don't mind. See you next week.